Hey guys, Eddie Wilson here with the Think Realty podcast. Thanks so much for joining us today. It's my privilege always to bring you great guests and information to help you along your real estate investing journey. As a third generation real estate investor and the founder of Think Realty, that was my goal, was really to just help you streamline the process of getting into deals and finding the way to do it best and safest and quickest and all those great things that we want to do to support you. So quick thank you to our podcast sponsor today before we jump in with a guest. This episode is brought to you by Real Property Management. Working with the right property management company can put more money in your pocket, not less. Real Property Management provides a higher standard of property management service to make sure you're maximizing the return on your investments. Experience the real difference with Real Property Management. Visit Real Property MGT. That's realpropertymgt.com. All right, our guest today is Michael Del Prete. Michael is with AZREIA, or the Arizona Real Estate Investor Association. Michael, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, man. I'm excited to be here as always.
Absolutely. So, how is Arizona these days? You guys, has it started to get warm yet?
It's up and down, man. I think winter's never gonna come here.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been pretty. It's like 70s, man. So yeah, perfect time to come and hang out. So perfect time for you
Perfect.
when you come out here. So you're gonna enjoy
Yeah.
it.
Perfect golfing weather for sure.
Yep.
But yeah, and it's great. I love Phoenix from like March till May, and then after that, I'm not a huge fan of trying to play outdoor sports in Phoenix.
That's true. Maybe it's still even November, man. It's
Yeah.
pretty hot, but beautiful place altogether though. So
Oh yeah, for sure. And one of the hottest real estate markets in the country. I know you
yes.
guys are, top five real estate market, and just feels like I've been talking to people in Arizona for 10 years, and it's just always been hot. It's just been an amazing real estate market for so long. So if you don't mind, just for the listener that maybe is new to real estate, or they've got a couple rental properties, what is a real estate investor association? What is it that you do?
Great. RIA, Real Estate Investors Association. Our job is to educate, provide networking opportunities, market information, government affairs, everything, every type of support that you need as a real estate investor for your investment journey is what we're here for. It's like a trade association for any industry. So that's what we're here for. We've been around for 22 years here in the state of Arizona. If you're not in Arizona, there's probably a RIA in your local city.
Yeah. Yeah, and I highly encourage you as a real estate investor to get involved in RIAs because, whether it's a local meetup or a RIA, having that team that surrounds you, I think that that's what most people miss. Real
Yeah.
estate is not I think oftentimes we think of real estate being a kind of a one-man show, and it's so much better done as a community with the support group and with the team. Um, do you see that people that come into the RIA seem to get acclimated and do deals faster, kind of avoid a lot of the risks that other people take because they do have that community of support?
Oh, 100%, man, because you mentoring, coaching, access to like people here are in the trenches. So we're in the field actually doing it. It's not just something you see online. So yeah, by linking up and with people that are already doing it, learning from their mistakes, that just you beat the learning curve. That's actually how I got started. For my first year in the business, I got a mentor coach who JV'd 50-50. I did 30 wholesale deals my first year, and it wouldn't have happened if I didn't have that person. I was like a
Yeah.
sponge.
Yeah. Yeah. So much better done and easier done when you have somebody that's already doing it. And that's what's best about the RIAs is like you've got a community of people that have done every type of real estate transaction out there.
You never know who's who, man. It's like you got the trade, we have our trades list, which is the air conditioner companies. And these are all vetted people, background checks. You're starting at a safe spot that our other members are using. So you got a great, because wealth's a team sport, right? So you're getting the right people on your team, from real estate agents to attorneys to title companies. They're all under one roof, and you have the option to learn from them, ask them questions. They give us updates in their industry, like insurance. What's going on in insurance, 50% increase over the last year. You need to know
Yeah.
this when you're underwriting your property. So those people are here. We're telling you all of this every day.
That's great. So we've got quite a bit coming up with you. I know I'm going to be with you on March 10th, and would highly encourage any of our listeners to come be a part of that event. We're going to talk about brokering private money. I think so many people get taught wholesaling houses is the way in because it's low barrier to entry. But in a market like Phoenix, it's hard to wholesale because there's not a lot of inventory, and the distressed inventory that is out there, there's a lot of wholesalers already out there. And so what I've been teaching for the past year or so is how people can wholesale money, not just houses. Like if you have access to capital and you could deploy that capital for a big capital source, you can actually get paid on it. And so instead of just wholesaling houses, you can wholesale money. And I know we've taken a couple hundred people down that path, and we're going to do that in Arizona on March 10th. And looking forward to being with you and teaching and doing that together.
No, man, you opened up my eyes when you created that program, like, especially because I wholesale, right? So
Right.
it's like these wholesalers, they're pumping out properties, they're doing the hard work. Like I said, it might be hard to get a deal, or they're daisy chaining them or co-wholesaling, which is fine. But now you could, rather than putting your friend that's a hard money lender on the bottom of your email marketing, now you're
Yeah.
putting yourself, you
Right.
know?
Yeah.
No, that's maximizing what you're currently doing.
Yeah. And we often say that, when you broker the private money, you're typically getting, if you're a real estate investor, you're typically getting paid now multiple times on it, because if you can wholesale a house and to the person that's buying it and say, hey, could I do your rehab loan, and broker the money to them on a rehab loan, now you're getting paid twice on that same deal, which is huge because, as well as as I do, it's like these margins on houses have really shrunk over the past few years. So like, making 40 or $50,000 on a wholesale are, those days are kind of over right now, unless you just find a diamond in the rough, and so to be able to pick up a point on a loan, or a percentage, it's like it really does make that transaction a little bit more plausible.
So true. It's like there's more singles than home runs going on. And then
Yeah.
if you get those little singles with an extra stream of income on it, even better.
Yeah. Yep,
So,
you got it. So we've got also our Think Realty event coming up in that we're actually partnering on March 27th. And so I want to make sure everybody is aware of that. And Mike will be speaking that day. What are you going to be speaking on at the actual show?
yeah, well, working with you on basically networking, right? That's been my life. I've ran teams and call centers and dispositions and acquisitions, all this stuff to build your real estate investing business. But I'll tell you, man, well, before I took over AZREIA, I was heavy in it. I would say 30% of my deals, we call them self-generated deals, would be relationships, man. Just like that second pair of eyes, that friend helping you out, saying, "Hey, man, I got this deal coming up. Do you know anybody?" Just your phone ringing, your texts going off.
Yeah.
Like it's the people, and I know you run multiple organizations. I'm here at AZREIA, and that's what I instill in everybody. So I even wrote a book about networking. So in my personal experiences, so I think that's what I would like to drive home at the event is the people in the room getting to know each other, because you never know where it's going to go.
Yeah. Yeah. Like we said in the beginning of the show, it's just real estate's a team sport, and you can do it alone, but you're taking more risk when you do because you don't know what you don't know, and so knowing people in the industry, and like you said, building that list of team members that you can call on, whether it is title or insurance, or it's a, plumber or a electrician, it's like all that's very, very important. How can they get involved in AZREIA if they're in the local, Phoenix area or Tucson area? How can they get involved in AZREIA?
Very simple. AZREIA.org, AZREIA.org. Hop online. You can join $25 a month or $249 a year. Very affordable. And I mean, we have so much to offer. We have a new online community. We have about 10 to 15 in-person networking events a month. So you just got to jump in and meet the people.
That's great. That's awesome. What's the general consensus on the market right now? And I know Phoenix has been hot for a long time, but just general economy. I mean, are you seeing a lot of inventory still flying off the shelves? Or are you seeing rents still increasing? Like, what's been your general sense of where we are at the beginning part of this year?
Great question. So here in Phoenix, I would say rental wise, it's stable. There were micro markets, right? Certain areas, certain types of products might maybe see a little dip in rents, but it's stable. I wouldn't say it's increasing right now. And then on the other side of it, buying and selling, we're in a buyer's market, right? We're teetering from balance to buyer. Once again, depending where are you at and what's the product. So if you're going to do a fix and flip, I mean, you're really just competing against a lot of just normal looking houses. So if you go in there, price it right aggressively and make your house look better than every house, there's buyers out there. There's pent up demand, right? But they're there. So the deals are still happening. I would say, and another interesting thing that's happening here in Phoenix, year over year, there's 2,000 more condos than last year. And with the insurance issues and the labor inflation, I think cash flowing a condo, the HOA is going up. That's been an issue. So there's a lot more condos on the market. That's the majority of our inventory is actually condos. So I say to you and everyone listening, like that's actually, I think, an opportunity at some level, right? There's more opportunity to get a deeper discount, maybe for a long-term hold, or if obviously, I think in 2 to 3 years, once we get out of a little slump, you're going to have some built up equity potentially. So there's plays there. So that's in short.
It seems like Arizona, Phoenix specifically, has always been an appreciation market more than a cash flow market. It's like because your values have just doubled. I mean, like it's crazy what's happened there in the last 10, 15 years. But it's probably hard to buy a really deep cash flowing asset today in Phoenix. It's like in the valley there's probably not a ton of inventory where you can just go buy it, go get a DSCR loan, and then have a renter rent it, and you're still making a bunch of cash flow. But you are, to your point, you're getting massive appreciation because the values are continuing to skyrocket.
Yep. And like supply and demand, population growth, job growth, we have all that now. 15 years ago, we were tourist and construction, but now we have tech companies. Californians are moving here. Everyone's moving here. So houses double here every 10 to 12 years. So buy, hold forever. You're always going to do well. And going back to the fundamentals is what we're big on: death, drugs, divorce, debt, all the D's, right? If you're truly going direct to seller, looking for problems and not properties, you still could hit that triple home run. It's hard, right? But they're still out there.
Yeah, yeah. For you, do you see more new people coming into real estate investing, or are you seeing kind of like the same old, same old? I mean, it seems like to me, I'm starting to see a lot of new, fresh faces in the real estate investment space. Are you guys seeing that in Phoenix?
We do see a lot of new people. Obviously, when TikTok is hot and everything's flying off the rack, I feel that slowed down the energy around wholesaling and the quick cash. That I feel slowed down a little bit. But yeah, man, we get new members at our monthly meeting. I think we average about 60 to 80 new people a month that just attend to see what's going on. So, awesome. Yeah, they're out there for sure because it's life changing, man. Real estate will change your life if you participate.
Yeah. So, how often are you meeting? Like, if they wanted to be a part of one of the meetings, how often are you meeting?
Our main monthly meeting at Venue 8600 North Scottsdale is the second Monday of every month. So trade show, education, market update. And then we have what we call subgroups, which is like catered to specific strategies: fix and flip, landlord, multifamily, women's group. And that happens in their central Phoenix office about 10 to 12 times a month, depending what's going on. So
very good. So if they want more information, go to AZREIA.org, check it out, and find out more, and then make sure that they jump into one of your local meetings coming up.
Yep. So come check, hang out with you on March 10th, and then the Think Realty conference at the end of the month. We'll have some good specials going on to get you and your friends and family in there. So it'll be fun. I'm ready.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Mike. Have a great day. Appreciate you being a part of the show. Of
course. Thank you.
All right. One more quick thank you to our podcast sponsor, which is Real Property Management. Real Property Management, working with the right property management company can put more money in your pocket, not less. Real Property Management provides a higher standard of property management to make sure you're maximizing the return on your investments. Experience the real difference with Real Property Management. Visit MGT. That's realpropertymgt.com. And as we wrap up the show, just want to make sure that you have a quick invite to our Phoenix, Arizona March conference for Think Realty Conference and Expo. It's on the 27th. Make sure you put that in your calendar now. Things are going to come up. You're going to have all kinds of things come up between now and then, but go ahead and put it on your calendar now. Make plans to be there. Don't let anything crowd it out, and be a part of this conference. It's one of the best ones we put on all year, and in a very, very hot market. And it's the perfect time to go to Phoenix too. So if you're not already in Phoenix, join us out there. Be a part of the show. Some of the biggest names in real estate investing will be there. We've got people like Pace Morby and others that are coming out to speak. It's going to be a great, great show. And you can learn, network, and make deals. And then for a limited time, if you go to thinkrealty.com/Phoenix and use the code podcast, PODCAST podcast, it gives you a buy one, get one free. So you can buy a ticket. They're not super expensive, but buy a ticket. You get a free one. You can bring a guest, bring your spouse, bring your significant other, and bring them along, because again, real estate is a team sport. It's not something that you should do alone. Grab your friends, come out, and then we'll have a great time together. Make sure you join, sign up for that, put that on your calendar, and we will see you in Phoenix, Arizona on March 27th, along with Michael Del Prete, who you just heard from, who runs one of the biggest RIAs in America and does a fantastic job. We're super excited to partner up with him on that. So we will see you in March in Phoenix, and we will see you next time on the podcast. Have a great day.